Resident Evil 9 Requiem second trailer. Let's get it. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, so obviously that's the hotel. Room 204.
Hello? Yes.
Yep, okay.
Who was it?
Dunno. They asked for Miss Ashcroft and then they hung up on me. Rude.
Trying to contain the excitement. Okay, okay.
Your FBI? Investigating all these strange deaths, huh?
Okay, a regular officer.
Grace, stay close to me.
I'm coming.
God, this
Keep
game's
moving.
so damn beautiful
What's
though, man.
wrong?
I'll explain later.
Okay.
I've been watching you.
Damn, look at that place, man.
Like other people.
Oh my God, look at.
You're quite.
I gotta hear all that again. I'm sorry.
You're not like other people, you know. You're quite unique.
Tell me what's going on.
Something important.
Mom, I'm scared.
Grace. They're coming.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Umbrella logo, I like
No
that.
Escaping your destiny.
Dang, Grace kind of thick. Y'all saw that? All right. Y'all see that weapon she has? Damn! What the hell is that? Freaking Barry's gun? Shit! Okay. All right, so we got some new things here. So nothing. I almost missed that. What the fuck? I almost missed that. Who the hell is that? Honestly, you know what that could be? This could be the dude in the chair, only because I'm looking at this right here, this black cloak, the black hair and everything. I'm not saying that when he was in the chair, he wasn't wearing this thing here. Okay, I almost missed that. Okay, so I'm going to presume that this is the guy in the chair. Okay, we finally saw some motion from Homeboy. He wasn't just stiff in the chair. We saw some movement. Okay, I'm gonna assume that's him from what this is looking like. You got these right here. Okay, let's go back to the beginning. Okay, first things first, I'm glad we can at least nip in the bud. Now I want to fast forward to this. Well, first things first, right here in the initial trailer, when we were seeing people walking around, right, there was actually like a first person view of you like walking through an alleyway or anything like that, and it was like kind of like raining. I did presume that we were taking place of somebody, right? Now I didn't say it was Grace or anything. I presumed that it was probably the other character. So I guess what I can assume here, homegirl's walking in the rain. We're taking the POV of Grace Ashcroft walking through the city, as we saw in the first trailer with the rain and the people walking and everything, like, and all that good stuff like that. So that's cool that they showed this. I think we can put that to rest, that we're actually at the beginning portion of her getting to the hotel and everything. At least that's what I assume. Now we keep going through here.
Oh, your FBI? Investigating all these strange deaths, huh?
So, okay, regular officer. So that's another voice we can finally put to bed. Now, if this is somebody that I didn't know or that I don't know, and you guys know, and you guys are gonna call me stupid, fine, I'll take the hit, because I don't see no familiarity or nothing. I just see this as a new dude. Okay, I hope that now if there's more characters coming in or brand new characters, maybe he could be new, or could this be the officer that we saw in the first trailer that looked like he was turning infected? Could this be the dude? Like he just has like a bit part in the game or something? You guys probably know what I'm talking about. So we have that. So if that's the case, that's his voice. So now we got another voice that we can now nip in the bud. All right. Have you seen the same shit I've seen? We haven't heard that one yet. Well, we don't know who that is yet. The woman's voice that said everyone's gone. That's another voice we haven't seen yet. I think there's another one, another dialogue we haven't. But majority of the dialogue that we heard in the first trailer, a lot of that was actually Alyssa Ashcroft, which is cool. So we can nip that in the bud. Now we can nip another voice right here. Got it. A popo, police officer. All right. Now here it looks like we're back in the hotel. Now what? Actually, no. I was actually about to say, why does everything look burnt? But there's actually a part here that shows what happened. One thing, I want to go back real quick, right? So we see all this right here, right? Now he said investigating all these strange deaths. Can we assume that more deaths are happening at this hotel, you know, years past after, you know, Alyssa Ashcroft was killed? Because of course, usually in a crime scene, as far as I know, they don't leave like, you know, police tape and all this stuff right here for years, you know, even abandoned or anything. From what I understand or anything like that, I don't know how too much detailed Capcom is going to go with this, but I'm going to assume that these are just placed here very, very recent. At least I'm assuming. I'm not sure, you know, but he said
Grace,
investigating all these strange deaths. So something has been happening recently, obviously.
stay close to me.
And I'm going to assume happening recently at this hotel. All right, she has something behind that, which is good. So it looks like, so obviously Alyssa knows who's after her from what this is looking like, and that's some important documents or some ish. I'm obviously saying obvious-ish, okay? Which of course we see later in the trailer, Grace actually finds it. So what it looks like here is that they killed well, as we all know, Alyssa had a hand in taking down Umbrella with her journalism abilities or reporter abilities, right? She had a hand in that. So of course, you know, Umbrella's after her from what this is looking like. And that's why she was killed from what it looks like is related to that. Now, these must be some documents, some important documents about Umbrella all those years ago, maybe, or some brand new-ish, and that's why they're after her. Which from what we can see, they have successfully neutralized their target. But it seems that maybe whatever they're after from her is what's in this packet here. Oh, look at that, bro. That looks absolutely fantastic. Now you gotta think, man, I don't know what this is. I don't know if this is like an asylum, a hospital. Now, the thing about Capcom, of course, and one thing I love is that I'm a big fan of RE1 Remake. I love mansion type ish. If anything's going, you know, like, you know, you have big buildings that are like the main spot in the game. Like, you know, I'm pretty sure, you know, you got the mansion in RE1, RPD, which is in RE2, RE3. RPD had like a bit part, and then it was all over the city and everything at that point, right? And then RE4 had 3 different locations. But you guys get what I'm talking about. I love the fact here, it looks like they have like a big area that we're going to be investigating. That's like the main probably course of the game, right? Even though we know we're going to go back to Raccoon City, I don't know how much of it we are going to explore. But I'm all about like big construction, freaking interiors that in these survival horror games, right? Like RE7, it was the Baker residence. RE8, which was like the first castle, the first part of the game, and then you moved on throughout. So I love like these big construction buildings. These big beautiful damn buildings. It has the horror aspect. I love it. It looks beautiful. I don't know what place this is. If you guys know, if this is in a previous Resident Evil game or anything like that, let a brother know, because I'm not sure. This is just like something new. I'm not sure. Just outside looking in, I'm gonna say hospital / asylum. I'm gonna assume this car here is them taking Grace, or whomever it was, taking Grace to wherever this is here when she was captured on that table and everything. A lot of yappage. Sorry, y'all. You know I'm the professor of yapology. I keep talking.
You're not like other.
And look at this, man. Look at this, bro. This has to be, because remember in the ending of the demo, right? When Grace goes through the gate, when she finally escapes, right at the ending of the demo, that cutscene, it looks like that area looks like this, but it looks like it was like on a top. It was on a second floor. It didn't look like a ground floor type area.
People, you know.
And the person who's talking, I'm already loving the voice. I'm gonna assume that's the main villain. I would love the main villain to be Brandon Bailey. I would love the main villain to be that, because he's literally the last one alive that we know of right now. You know what I'm saying? So I hope it's him. But if it's someone new, I'm cool with that too. Well, Brandon Bailey would be new, but you guys get what I'm talking about.
Tell me.
So obviously that was when she was in the hotel back then with her mother. She was on her laptop. So they were watching her. Obviously that proves it right there, which, I mean, Alyssa, you know, was killed You know, dang, even through all of this she's going through, her fingernails are clean.
Important.
Isolation ward. Okay, I think I just answered my own question. Hospital slash asylum. Bro, look at them damn feet, man. Look at that. I'm sorry, I'm screaming in your ear. Look at that dang. I wear size 13. This girl is freaking size infinity. Godly, man. I want to take a look at this real quick. Could this be a moment where Grace shoots him and kills him after her mother was murdered, right? This is the person that murdered her mother. Grace got her mother's gun or anything, killed him, and he fell back and landed on this, and this is how it started the fire in the hotel.
They're coming.
I wonder what she's looking at here. Like, you got, looks like clear hands that are on this, like this glass case. Could that be someone like a lot? Ooh, I think we actually see this one later on in the trailer, actually. Yeah, see, so it looks like here zombies are back. That's what it looks like. Like this movement, everything looks like zombies. Because the Lost Plagues and everything, they didn't act like that. They actually had some coherency. But zombies, yeah, this looks like zombie movement right here. Right here. I'm gonna assume what we saw here. Obviously, she picked up a fire ass gun. Look at that shit. So the girl in the white robe looks like this right here. I'm gonna just assume from what we're seeing here, behind me here. All right. We have that. The movement, yeah, the movement looks zombie-like. And right here, of course, you got, yeah, okay. This is covering it, but Alyssa's bleeding right here. From what it looks like Alyssa got hit on the left side of her body from what we saw in the previous trailer. And you have the fire in the background. So the Wormwood Hotel got caught on fire. So my prediction on how this whole thing happened is that Alyssa Ashcroft was killed by the dude in the black coat. She grabbed her mother's gun, killed him. He fell back on the table. Well, fell back on the table, causing that fire. But of course, she's still mourning her mother's death. And then we see one of the most iconic logos for me in video games. Now that we played RE8, it's just something simple like this was found in a fucking cave, man. Man, I wonder what weapon she has there. Oh, I like this image right here. That's sick right there, bro. Bro, that's a sexy ass. You know what? I know exactly what I'm gonna do. Yep, copy this frame. Yep, save video frame. That's probably a thumbnail right there, bro. Holy God, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful ass thumbnail. You can't tell me that is a beautiful ass image right here, man. Ah! All right, that was so unnecessary. But I gotta say again, Grace is packing a little something back there, y'all. I'm gonna just keep it a stack, y'all. I'm a guy. All right, can I say that? I already said she looked good. You know what? Glasses. Speaking of Grace, the face model for Grace. Cool. The second trailer was really cool. They showed enough again to keep us guessing, which I love. I hope they keep this going because as much as I love RE4 Remake, I think the advertisement they showed too much. They showed a little too much. All right. Now, did I like it? Of course, I was happy about it, but they showed a lot. I hope that as it gets closer, they're not going to show too much. Like we're only in September right now, you know, so we still got 3, 5. We still got 5 more months. 5 more months of this. So I hope they don't show too much. And man, I really hope they don't show anything while I'm in Japan and I can't make a video and look at it. I'm gonna be royally peed off. But no, beautiful trailer. It looks good. I really love what I saw. One thing I can really just say looking at this is that I'm really happy right now. That's another voice in the game investigating all these strange deaths. It seems like he's just a simple police officer. It just looks like that. At least we know now there's another voice we can nip in the bud. Is it a character we've seen in RE? I don't think so, but I'm going to assume homie that we saw, let me actually pull it up, is this guy here from the reveal trailer. I'm gonna assume that. Now, because this is the only cop we saw. This is the only cop we saw, and then we see another one. I'm gonna assume that's who that is. So maybe he had a bit part, but that's another voice we got. All right, I'm gonna just put that there, and I'm a certified stamp. The guy we saw in this trailer right here is the guy that said investigating all these strange deaths. And it looks like he's infected and turning into a zombie or something like that. So it seems like he had a bit part. All right. You always have them throw away characters in these horror games where they have like a little part and then they turn and then, yeah, same old, you know what I'm saying? Maybe that's his role. All right. But look, I hope you guys enjoyed this, man. I definitely enjoyed the trailer. I sincerely apologize that this video came out so late. When they uploaded this, I was at the gym and then I had to get ready for work. So I had to do a whole 10-hour shift itching to watch this crap. All right. And I knew it was only like 2 minutes and some change, but still, man, I love what I'm saying. I'm just happy there's a new Resident Evil. We could be hype again. But anyway, look, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, man. I'm glad that this is a second trailer, and they just did it so sneakily, so sneaky. And the freaking Nintendo Direct, like speaking of the Nintendo Direct, I'm happy that Fatal Frame 2 remake is coming. I've already played 2 of them. They're very not in order or anything like that. And legit, I only played Maiden of Black Water when it was on Steam, only because the cover, the main character, the girl, she was so cute. I was like, I gotta play this fucking game. And plus, I've heard it before, and I actually was thoroughly enjoying it. So you guys already know when Fatal Frame 2 comes out, we are gonna play that. Anywho, hey, look, I love you guys. I'll see you guys in my next video. Take care.